In today's news, Governor's Group managers strategize for 2020.
Belmont Association and Community adopts the Leonora Delville Primary School.
David D. Archer Jr. Beyond the Book concert left sold-out crowd amazed.
Today we are live with Caribbean-renowned barber Mr. Donald James to speak about his local workshop.
BVI Scholarship Committee members appointed and the world is celebrating the launch of Black News Channel. Stick around to find out why. After a word from our sponsors, you're watching 284 News.
What you really running for, boss? You could have bust a hole in your head. But see with the competition, which means about to bust a hole in your pocket.
I could get my modem, please.
Anyhow, I got something huge to show you.
I gotta be sick in your head.
Well, hold on, string bean. Ain't a kind of party. Check this. That's LTE1 for just about everyone. LTE2 for you and your boo. And hold on. Bam! Rate so low, you feel like you're free. That's LTE3 for you and the whole family.
Save even more on your internet with new pricing from CCT. Get LTE 2 now for only $149. Get LTE 3 for the new low price of $189. All packages are unlimited, so there's no overage charge. You don't have to run into Chaz for savings. Just stop by our store and sign up today. Come on over to CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. I'm Ron Grant.
And I am Javon Wilson. Ron, I know this is a beautiful day, but before we go into the newscast, I just wanted to send a quick shout out to all of our valued viewers who tune in every single day as we bring local, regional, and international content. We have persons viewing from as far as Philadelphia. Nakoy is always tuned in. We have persons, of course, all across the United States, Guyana, across the region. So we just want to say thank you so much for rocking with us.
Now, topping our newscast today, we have lots in store, so we'll get right into it. Heads of departments, agencies, and entities across the Governor's Group recently met to learn how to improve results-based management as they plan the way forward for their respective departments in 2020. Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands, David Archer Jr. welcomed 35 senior managers to the meeting and reminded them that the strategic goal setting is a cornerstone of the ongoing transformation of the public service. Governor Archer said, and I quote, "I trust that you all learn a lot here today and that you will carry back some new strategies to improve the effectiveness of your respective departments." These sessions was facilitated by Ms. Kenesha Forbes, who leads monitoring and evaluation at the Recovery and Development Agency, a veteran of the public service. Ms. Forbes explained the principles of results-based management in detail and summed up by urging the officers not to lose sight of their desired impact of their work. She said, and I quote, "It's important to know the difference between what you do and why you do it," Ms. Forbes said, adding that results-based management helps improve accountability, transparency, and makes the public service more responsive to challenges as they arise. Following the meeting, the team will finalize a strategy for the period of 2020 to 2023. The final strategy document will guide the work of the group and ensure there is a blueprint for achieving the priorities that have been identified for the group. The completed strategy will also incorporate a framework to monitor, evaluate, and report on the progress toward the goal sets, which will include and will ensure transparency and accountability for departments, as well as improve reporting on achievements and challenges. The Governor's Group of departments includes the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, the Territories Courts of Justice, constitutionally established entities such as the Office of the House of Assembly and Complaints Commissioner, as well as Human Resources and the Department of Disaster Management. Always happy to see our senior officers getting some well-needed professional development.
Definitely. Transformation of the public service is very important, and the Deputy Governor, Mr. David Archer, has always been very aggressive in his agenda to reform the public service, and I'm really happy to see, because at the end of the day, they play a very integral role.
Very pivotal role, yes.
And they really set the tone for service in the Virgin Islands. So I'm really happy to see the much-needed reform coming to come. Our viewers, we're going to have to move right along this morning. We were really pleased to witness the adoption of the Leonora Delville Primary School by the Belmont Association and Community through the Adopt a School program under the Ministry of Education. Now, as a parent level sponsor, they donated a massive $13,000 in cash and kind, which includes a diverse collection of books that will be of tremendous benefit to the school, which is currently without a library. Now, for those of you who missed our live today, let's just take a quick look of what occurred at the ceremony.
Where we've been in the past. So I'm excited. I'm not sure if you can tell. I'm very much excited about Leonora Delville. I'm excited about all the schools in the Virgin Islands and the possibilities of what can happen when people in the private sector, members of our community, partner with our schools. So thank you so much, Belmont Association, members of the Belmont community. Thank you, Mrs. Tylette Sum and the Adopt a School Committee. And thank you, Leonora Delville. Thank you for holding the fort. Thank you to the principal, Mrs. Fraser Smith, for holding the fort, even when things have been tough here. Following the storms, I know things have been tough and the environment hasn't been what it's supposed to be, but we're working very hard to make sure that you're more comfortable, and the Adopt a Schooler program is a part of the efforts we're making, along with many other efforts by the 4th District Representative and Premier and myself as Minister and the entire ministry. So thank you so much for your kind attention this morning. You children are very well behaved. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I'm looking forward to bigger and better things down here at Leonora Delville. Thank you so much.
That was the Minister of Education, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Shawande Whitley. Now, the principal, Mrs. Pearlette Fraser Smith, expressed her excitement on the adoption. She mentioned that this is the 3rd sponsor to adopt the school, but it will lend greatly to the needs that are yet to be met, which includes, but is not limited to, getting the library and resource center up and running, of course, improving the kitchenette, installing AC, of which the minister, of course, promised Ron to sign off on a contract. They also need their learning resources. The playground needs to be repaired, and of course, for security purposes, a surveillance camera. Now, according to the chairman of the Virgin Islands Adopt a School program, Mrs. Brenda Letsom Tai, the program was established in 2007 by the Ministry of Education and Culture under the leadership of the then Minister, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, of course, who is currently our Premier, to foster partnership between the public and private sector organizations. The program attained its goal of having all primary public schools adopted by at least one organization by July of 2011 and raised over $100,000, which benefited schools up until 2012. Now, after a brief hiatus, the program resumed under a new committee and policies. Now, out of the initial 44 sponsors that were secured back then, only 33 of them have maintained their commitments to the school in light of challenges post Irma and Maria. However, with a new recommitment campaign on the horizon, Ms. Letsom is appealing to corporate BVI to realign with their respective sponsorships. Again, viewers, if you missed it, we went live today at the event, so you're free to head over to our Facebook page and, of course, review the video. But Ron, just an incredible
and
representation.
You could see the pride and joy in both the Minister of Education and the Honorable Premier. Of course, the Premier is a representative
for the
1st District. To have the program continue, to have him be the one that initiated the program, to see how far it's come, you could absolutely see the pride and joy in both their faces, as well as the principal and education officers.
And even the givers, the sponsors, the Belmont Association. We are so incredibly grateful for persons like those who really step up to the mandate, persons of corporate BVI, members of the community.
Indeed.
That really step up and take responsibility for the community. And I'm just really happy to see this adoption, and we wish, of course, the Adopt a School program all the best in the near future. Viewers, still ahead, BVI Scholarship Committee members appointed, and we are live as promised with Barber Donald James, who is on a Caribbean tour to train our barbers.
Can't wait for that.
A lot more coming after this commercial break.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Viewers, welcome back. You're watching 284 News. Now, as promised, we have a very special interview. The Professional Barbering School Caribbean Tour is in the beautiful British Virgin Islands, and over to Javon. She is with Mr. Donald James. Javon, take it away.
Thank you so much, Ron. We are so incredibly blessed to be joined by Caribbean renowned barber, Mr. Donald McLean James, visiting us for the very first time in the BVI.
Beautiful.
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Thank
God
you.
bless you all, this beautiful island.
Awesome, awesome. So you are here on a very important mission. Now, for you, those of you viewers who do not know, this man is the founder of what we call the #1 recognized barbering school in the Caribbean.
Definitely.
But before we jump into the good stuff,
Yeah.
just tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your brand.
Okay, my brand is really the McLean Pro Cutting System. The Professional Barbering School is basically the element that I've been teaching for the last 20 years. I've reached out to a lot of schools. Youths has been the prime initiative of our school. We've basically tried to even go to some of the prisons where the youths are held and give them a new training. And most recently, we actually go to the grown-up prison and basically do some retraining for persons to come out into society with a skill that they could actually earn income from. So our Professional Barbering School is all about giving back to society also. So we have these same individuals volunteering, going to homes and giving haircuts for free,
Right.
and so forth. We do a lot of scholarships from persons come to our school, and we basically do a lot of job placement throughout the entire world. So from cruise ships to go in England, New York, you name it,
Right.
we place persons. We work with international organizations to actually make that happen. So I'm the president also of the National Master Barbers Association in Trinidad and Tobago, and we work with Barbers International, which is a global organization that represents all the different barbering organizations throughout the entire world.
This sounds like a movement. This sounds like a movement.
Yeah, definitely. I would have written 5 books on the art of barbering, and basically after writing those 5 books, over 30 years experience in the field, and mentoring other individuals have more experience, giving us advice on how to do it.
Absolutely.
We embarked on this Caribbean tour to now basically educate the barbers, persons who are in school that they could use the barbering industry as a viable source of income for them to learn, get into the field. Also, persons who are not in school and they just basically they want a skill and they always wanted to do barbering, and now there's basically a way that they could learn to do it. And then we basically want to actually challenge persons who are in the field and not certified. And that hits close to my heart. I mean, persons, they're trimming for 20, 10, 15 years, 20,
Right.
25 years, and they don't have anything to show that they are a barber.
So this is about the certification, the educational aspect.
Yes.
Awesome. So, I mean, this requires an incredible level of talent. I mean, people probably think about barbering. What are some of the misconceptions you'd like to dismiss about the art of barbering?
Don't look down at a barber. Some persons look at barber like it's a garbage guy or something.
Right.
The barbering profession is a very respectable profession that basically earns a lot of income. All right. Actually, when I go in class, sometimes I make a joke with some students and I say, one of the few persons could take the crown off the king's head.
Right. So now you're embarking on a journey, of course. Caribbean tour, 5 countries. We are so blessed in Tortola to be the first stop. But I'm very pleased to have learned that the Minister of Education, of course, Dr. the Honorable Natalio Shawande Whitley, stepped up to the mandate and made a decision to stand in as a sponsor for 15 students.
15 students.
Of course, at the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, hence why we're here today.
Definitely, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that workshop.
That workshop, I've thanked the minister again. We also have to thank Miss Wendy Charles and also Mr. Roberts, Christopher, at Happy Hats Salon for actually this initiative. This has been happening since September last year, putting things together. And the minister has come on full 100% in doing this and reaching out to the youths. And I told him, I said, I've never seen a minister like this. He came to the program for the launch. He stayed there with the youths, and he emphasized that they will basically to stay with the program. And this is an opportunity for you to own your own income.
Absolutely.
So this project, it's going wonderful. We have 15 students at the facility, and it's going to be running for the entire week. We're also trying to urge persons who might want to do the class itself to come and visit us and sign up for the class. It's not too late.
I was
to
just
be
about
part
to
of the
ask, is
program.
registration closed off?
Yeah, it's closer for the sponsors and the sponsored individuals, 15. But we're trying to, as I told you, we're trying to teach the youths that are in the different schools, and we're also trying to persons who might want to learn barbering and didn't have the opportunity to do it, and there's no
Right.
means. This is where they could come and do the program.
So
And
persons can contact you at VIST,
at the right.
at the school,
At
the Virgin Islands School of
Yeah.
Technical Studies. All right, just tell us a little bit about where you're going to next, what's on the horizon for your brand.
I wish I could stay here. This is wonderful. This place is
Well,
wonderful. I went across by the bats. It was so wonderful.
You're always
across
welcome
there.
to come back.
Definitely. But I'll be coming back just to touch on the students itself and fine touches and do their final assessments, and which will get their certificates completed. But we are going to Guyana next. Yeah. And after Guyana, we're going to do a wonderful program in Guyana there. And then after, we're going across to St. Vincent. We have Barbados and we have Grenada.
All right.
And they are very anxious right now, persons lining up and so forth. I can remember the first time I went to St. Vincent and do a program. St. Vincent, that was last year. St. Vincent, they signed up 15 students, and we had 75 persons outside waiting to come on.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the School of Continuing Education, adult continuing education sponsored that program, the ministry, and they had overwhelming, and that is more like retraining. So persons who might have been working in a field and they get laid off and so forth, they basically train them a new skill for them to be employed.
Mr. James, thank you so much.
problem.
Viewers, once again, if you are considering the art of barbering, if you are already a barber and would like to enhance your skills, of course, you could definitely head down to the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies to find out how you too, as you can see the flyers on the screen, how you too can be a part of this amazing workshop, of course, working along with Caribbean renowned Mr. James. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. They can also check us on Facebook, Professional Barbering School, and you can see all the marvelous stuff that we've been doing for the years.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you and all the best in your future endeavors.
And again, Professional Barbering School is where your passion becomes your profession.
Awesome.
God
Thank
bless.
you so much. Well said. Ron, all back to you.
Well, Jovan and Mr. James, thank you so much. Jovan, you know I love the barbershop. I stay in the barbershop at least once a week, and that is very important. So we're going to continue, and we wish you all the best, sir, on your endeavors. With a list of mostly female and millennial professionals, the Cabinet of the Virgin Islands has confirmed the appointments of the following individuals to the BVI Scholarship Committee. They are Mr. Julio Samuel Henry, Chairman, Mrs. Patricia Archibald Bowers, Ms. Sharia De Castro, Mr. Richard C. De Castro, Ms. Livia Freeman, Dr. June Samuel, Mr. Coy Smith, Ms. Rakima Turnbull, Ms. Shayna M. Smith, Mrs. Kishan Cupid Brathwaite, Ms. Kaiser Penn, and Ms. Sasha Flax. The Scholarship Committee under the Ministry of Education and Culture is the sole body that selects candidates to provide financial assistance to enable their pursuit of tertiary level education both locally and abroad. The body also rewards the outstanding scholastic achievement at students at the secondary school level. We want to wish and take this opportunity to wish all the young professionals who are a part of that body the very best, and we hope to see some great things coming out of the BVI Scholarship Committee. Still ahead, David D. Archer Jr.'s Beyond the Book, the concert left sold-out crowd amazed, and Black News Channel launch. All this and more. You're watching To It for News.
May I assist you? Yes. You want to talk about?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for calling CCT. Trumpet speaking. How can I help? Well, so you know February is the month of love. Yes, and we all love data. And because we love you so much, yes, we decided to give double data. But wait, let me slow it down for you. Follow my voice. Activate any hero plan, double data. Activate any 2 gig plan, double data. It don't stop there. Pay your bill before February 12th and have a chance to win a lunch or dinner for 2. Yes, I said it. For 2.
Double the data and double the fun when you fall in love with our deals for the month of February. Activate a hero plan or 2 gigabyte data plan and get double data. That's enough for you and your boo or your crew. And don't miss out on the chance to win lunch or dinner for 2 if you pay your bill before February 12th. Activate any hero plan or 2 gigabyte data plan. Come enjoy the month of love on us.
Thank you for calling CCT. Have a blessed day. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for calling CCT. Trumpet speaking. How can I help? Well,
Viewers, welcome back. Now on Sunday, 2nd February 2020 at the Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium located at the H. Laverty Stout Community College Center, Tortola, British Virgin Islands, David D. Archer, our very own Deputy Governor here in the Virgin Islands, introduced his thoughts on success, empowerment, culture, and love in the release of his highly anticipated book entitled Pioneering Greatness. This concert, which took place in the form of a production entitled Beyond the Book, the concert left sold-out audiences in total amazement and with much inspiration. The one-of-a-kind book launch was thrilling, and it was an experience of no other, as the pages of the book came to life through music, drama, personal inspirations, and dance. Influencers such as Bishop John Klein, Carrie Christopher, Craig Lake, Sarah Penny, and Deborah Reynolds motivated the audience with their personal thoughts on pioneering greatness using quotes from David's book. Janice Stout of the Cross and Dove Productions team, featuring the Stout sisters, brought the book to life and delivered a hilarious and thought-provoking skit entitled Foreclosure. This event also saw Broadway-style dance performances by some of the BVI's elite dancers. The DMC All-Star, choreographed by dance Master Shea Pemberton. The H. Laverty Stout Community College Woodwind and String Ensemble also joined Master Brent Hoyt and the band for captivating pieces of music. The band's introduction to the show was raved about as Brent Hoyt arranged a masterpiece which left the audience mesmerized. Finally, the global motivation voice of David Archer concluded the evening with his first ever scene in the BVI, spiritual inspiration and captivating monologue on pioneering greatness, backed by the band. The piece was entitled You Are Great and provided a blueprint for achieving greatness. The event was brought to you by LLC Group International Events and was produced by Twism Entertainment Group. Books are on sale for $20 and can be bought at various outlets in the BVI, including Umi Fashions, Spirits at the So Bumley Pear Park, Scherzo Music Studio, Island Roots Cafe, and from David's distribution team. Of course, we here at Tweet 4 got our very own copy, and they are signed, of course, by our very own Deputy Governor here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands, Jovan. I absolutely love this because it's one thing for persons in our community to make it and succeed. It's another thing for them to be willing enough to share their insight and their stories,
so
as
intimate.
painful as some of them might be, and inclusive of just great advice. So congratulations to David Archer on this book, and thank you so much, sir, for sharing it with the people of the Virgin Islands as well as the region.
Sold out.
Yes, sold out event.
Completely
And of
sold
course,
out.
it was not just the typical book launch. It was creative. It was informative, inspiring. It just brought everything to life. So
Absolutely.
great job.
The concert was incredible,
Yeah.
dynamic. It brought the book alive, just like you said, and it definitely chronicled the essence of how to be your best self, because
course.
ultimately what he's doing through this book is not just speaking about his life and
Yes.
the persons chronicled in the book, but also how you can tap into your deepest potentials, how you can live your best life and ultimately pioneer greatness. So I'm really incredibly proud.
Living my best life.
Hey.
Ain't got time.
He did an incredible job, man. And I mean, it was a production.
Yes,
So
yes.
many persons played an integral role in making it come alive. And we are just, again, really proud of the production, really proud of the book, and really proud of the man that our deputy governor,
The one and only.
Mr. David
And it's
Archer
really
is.
nice to see him in this capacity, just coming
Yes.
out and sharing and enjoying himself.
I love it. I love it. Viewers, that is the end of today's newscast. Oh, I'm sorry. We have another story.
Hold up, wait a minute.
My apologies. We have a story on the international scene. Viewers, after a long list of wins, we have yet another one. Black people across the world are really celebrating the recent launch of the Black News Channel. It's the first 24 hours news channel created by Black people for Black people in the United States of America. Now, the new network, founded by former Republican J.C. Watts, now reaches 33 million households in heavy African-American markets, including New York, Los Angeles, as well as Atlanta. The company is based in Tallahassee, Florida, and currently employs about 60 people. Now, in an interview, the founder said, quote, I think there needs to be more of a comprehensive story told about African American communities, and we'll have a venue to do that now. We're not looking to be liberal or conservative. We want to provide a venue for African Americans to have a voice, to be a part of the dialogue that's going on in the country, be it incarceration reform or be it impeachment. Now, on-air talent will include former Fox News anchor and reporter Kelly Wright, former CNN and TBS host Fred Hickman. We also have Libertarian radio host Larry Elder, former Fox 44 anchor Lauren McCoy, and former CBS journalist Lauren McGee. Now, interestingly, Ron, a 2012 Nielsen Media Research study showed that more than 9 in 10 African Americans really believe that Black-owned media is more relevant to them. Now, speaking at the launch event, Republican Yvette Clarke said, quote, we've been really pushing for diversity and inclusion in the broadcast space and cable space, and it's because we live in a multiracial civil society. For far too long, our media didn't speak to that, and today still doesn't look to that diversity. The Black News Channel will now fill a void in so many spaces.
Indeed, indeed.
The channel is now available to Spectrum. We have Xfinity X1 as well as Dish Network, their customers, and looks to be available on Sling as well as Roku soon. They're also partnering with the National Newspapers Publishers Association, which is a trade organization just composed of more than 200 African American owned community newspapers across the country. Now, Ron, I'm incredibly proud about this, and I know a lot of persons around the world. There's just a sense of pride as we look at, for me, the representation, because like Ms. Yvette said, we all have a voice, we all play a role, we are all a part or piece to the puzzle, and we too have to see that representation. Recently, I did a video online that spoke to the fact that we cannot be what we cannot see, and that's why that representation is key. And I think for Black people, especially across the world, this is a moment to feel liberated. This is a full movement. I love it.
And I agree with what you said. I also agree that at the end of the day, we have so many communities across, particularly the United States, that are at risk, and for persons to be able to sit and receive content that is a representation of themselves. Not only that, you have persons in the media now who are really going to be concerned about not only the image but the well-being of Americans, Black Americans, all across the United States. So I think this is a step in the right direction. I think it signals a new era, a new chapter in media, and it is just phenomenal. So congratulations to that team, a very beautiful team.
Life through our perspective,
Indeed.
right?
Yeah.
I love it. Viewers, that is it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates, of course, at 284media.com, and like us on Facebook at 284 Media, as well as 284 BVI on Instagram, as well as Twitter. My name is Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. As always, it's a pleasure for us to bring you your daily updates. We love spending our afternoons with you. It's
We
Tweet
wouldn't
for
have it any
News.
other way, right?
Absolutely not. Your source for honest and impartial news right here on Tweet for Media. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Take care.